Bryce. So, Super Bowl's coming up. I got time to reflect on some of the stuff that I went through today, as I blogged about. And, it's always hot talk, you know what I mean? In all fairnesses of what it is. If you take it in stride, it's always, ratings are ratings, right? But whatever, right? You know what I mean? It's always that film manipulation. But anyway, it can never be one of those. You got a good old Michigan, you don't want to show around. So, it's a little too long. But, what do you call it, apparently here, the interface, I'm thinking, so what is to believe in something, and let's go, the interfacing is interfacing, so what it is, so let's look at, what do you call it, cannabis and stuff like that, and what cannabis are. And like me, they say a perpetrator, they need smoke cannabis, need cannabis, weed. I guess that makes me a perpetrator. That makes me a black smoker. Okay, so what is the big one. So I must have been, rather, what do you call it, I don't know what you call a perpetrator. Perpetrator and weed, a perpetrator and me are never used in the same sense unless you say, well, he's a perpetrator when he smokes weed. Alright, so what else is there to say about it? So, if that's the case, then just be a perpetrator. I mean, if I'm a perpetrator, then they can say that maybe a good chunk of people who smoke cannabis are perpetrators too. So that's not only me. So, do I sit up here and say that what you call it now? Somebody who's about this is what I'm talking about. Climate change. Start making up words and stuff. For the climate change stuff. No, I didn't say anything about that. I mean, I take Xanax too. So at the same time, so I could be a perpetrator because I take Xanax. Is that fair to say? Is that okay? Is that okay with you? That I do that? Is that okay that I medicate myself in such a way and you call me a perpetrator, label me that? Is that okay I do that? Or is it that deny that and then keep going with these things and kind of go off the wall with them because maybe I don't have the perpetrator medicine that you call perpetrator medicine? So I mean, is it fair to say that you could just think, so I can't, some things are out of your control. So at the same time you're calling somebody gay or something like that because they're a gay smoker. Or grandpa smoking and other things. So I think those are fucking things. Some bullshit. The applicatory of it, the nature of it, and it's something you believe and stuff like that. Say, what is it to believe? To rebuff? And I don't know. That's like saying, well, why don't you stop? Yeah, that's true. That's how you approach weed. Is if you no longer need it, then you just need to stop using it. If you no longer need it, then you just stop using it. But if you find yourself a week into it and you're like, damn, I need some weed. I need some cannabis. Then you don't cannabis. And if it's medical cannabis, then you don't medical cannabis. You approach that. You don't have to solidify yourself in one idea saying I'm a smoker or I'm not a smoker or I'm in the closet smoker and all this stuff, or I'm a day smoker and I'm a night smoker and all this stuff, and I'm not supposed you don't have to categorize. You just say, well, I'm not real. I feel like I'm ready to stop, or I feel like I had enough weed for my lifetime. You can try for a while and try to quit. And not try to quit, but stop for a while. For as long as you want. And then when you feel like you want to stop, then you stop. To medicate. My card doesn't get me anything. I want anything. I just commercial segue into rebuffing the whole idea of it's fair to say that if you can look into a window, then someone else can look out of it. I mean, isn't that what a window is? You look into one, you look out of one. The people that you look into the window in is the same people that are inside looking out of the same window.
It treats OAD symptoms of urgency, frequency, and leakage. It's the first and only OAD treatment in its class.
Blood pressure. Tell your doctor if you have trouble.
Just as the cheese ball can get. If your window is open, I get talking as loud as I want in the window. And at the same time, if the window is open, I get talking as loud as I want as well. This goes for the window. If you can look into it, then I can do what I want out of it.
Common cold or flu symptoms, sinus irritation, dry mouth, urinary tract infection.
That's all that is.
Back or joint pain.
And so when they jump on it, jump on terrorists, and jump on them and be like hella polite and be like, well, I just terrorized you. Oh, you off and shit. So why don't you just be conventional and say what it is?
Now, you can do both. By ditching your big thing and switching to aspiration.
Yeah, sure you wish. You wish.
And aspiration trusts you to pay only the fee you think the meter
Yeah, you wish.
even if it's zero. So use any ATM.
No, they didn't rebuffing the whole idea.
Aspiration.
Like, oh yeah, we're all minute. Feeling out of tough.
It's been said that literature and poetry.
And then when Sunday comes around, I believe me and my dad will be on our timeshare.
It's like being
If I feel so inclined.
what they fear.
Oh, well, wait a minute. Oh, shit. That's all mule works. Mule works like that. Some people work to get away from them. Can't stand work. Can't stand work. Give me no prestige in this. I think it's 89.70. Stay here. 2 air shower controllers are off duty. No one's going anywhere. You're gonna sit up here, have to go to the Dollar Tree and do your part. Whether you like it or not. So that that's not how that goes. It's like, so you rebuff the idea and you try to stick with it because it's nice good old Thursday. Or Saturday, if you will, whatnot. And you say, I can use $20 myself. And a clown tried to leave and I don't know what happened. Not a good thing if it would have flowered. Good sedating feeling. Set up here, everyone. Oh, yeah, I had to go.
So the president taking aim at Twitter, of course, at his former lawyer and fixer Michael Cohen. So interesting that
find out here.
sadly will not be testifying. Lawyer of Cricket Lawyer Representative G.
There's a bad such and such. Okay, so you running rituals and stuff like that, and all this other stuff to get yourself in prepared. I've missed 3 generations of work. How can I get myself in step? Oh, damn. And then you're like, oh no, dude. Oh, me too. Yeah, I miss my daily measurement of like washing my face or whatever. That's what I'll get. So I'm like thinking to myself, and you rebuff the idea of Ruche. If there is a conventionalism, isn't this how it is in cordial talk anyway? You know what I'm saying? That's kind of like the whole idea is like, when you like, besides buying bagels in the morning or whatever, you're like, water cooler this, water cooler that, and all this other stuff, and the prestige or whatnot, and it's saying rebuff, and I'm still trying to understand what it is. There's some odd.
This is someone who's kicked the can
I
down
know.
the road, submitted written
He's obviously
very
smart,
by
so.
his lawyers, though not,
And
I
then
don't
so,
know how considering who his lawyers are, but
and so,
and you still won't sit down.
what do you call it? And so you sit there and say, oh man, whatever. But that just creates the atmosphere of competition, you know what I mean? Of, what do you call it? Among people. And it's like you can unionize anything. You can unionize, unionize janitors. You unionize some hockey players. You can unionize, instead of having everybody start off like, as they have to work themselves up, give them a little something to work with in the beginning.
Oh, I would do it under oath.
Mr. President, you select to testify to Special Counsel Robert Mueller, sir. Thank you.
I would love to speak.
So,
Nothing wrong. I would love to speak. I would love to go. Nothing
this is beyond what you call it.
to speak. I would love to. Nobody wants to speak more than me. In fact, against my lawyers, because most lawyers say never speak.
Now.
I'm working on that. I've always wanted to do an interview because, look, it's been
This is, so what do you call it?
So I heard you wanted to weigh in before. So what's the problem? Why hasn't he agreed to sit down?
Well,
Because no one wants
problem
to
is when you do applicatories, you go on rebuff, and then you talk about Mueller, and then I'm like, you know what I mean? I was talking about my leaves and talking about clones and whatever, and didn't get the flower. And the flower right now is leafy and had a sedating quality if it got the flower. So I'm thinking 20 bucks for in 10 days. Any tips? I don't know. I'm just kidding. And no, I'm totally kidding. And what do you call it? I was gonna say the whole thing of it is what do you call it? What he said was how it can be so interfacingly sedating to sit up here and say you just applicatory everything, and you're like Mueller. What is that, dude? You're talking about dog Mueller's. I mean I don't know. You're not. You're talking about Mueller thing. Like, oh yeah, right, yeah. And he's like, I forgot. And then you know what I'm saying. And then every time you have to go to Walgreens or whatever, you're like, damn. Went back to Walgreens, and then you're just like, damn. And then and it's not even so much that. So you make an applicatory of it. There is nothing. All it is a straight up. What do you call that? Russian investigation thing. Remember what I'm saying? What is that? Plain and juxtaposition. That's the whole thing. That's the whole thing. That's what it is. It's just there is no gray area when it comes to that. It's just either or, just to get there fast and very fast, and that's it. And it's like stacked. You get that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So where do you make the correlation? You make the correlation with the line through it, and like, where's the line through it go? Right there. That's it. That's it. Then you say, well, that's why we don't hire you. That's why you don't do the thing. That's why you're doing this. And that's why we may not want you to be on the interface for a while. And that's why such and such. And that's why we don't clean up your act sometimes. That's why such and such. And that's why that's about. Yeah, I guess that is why, huh? Well, what about what happens on the first end? When everybody's talking about I'm lacking down laters, I ain't had dinner, what or not, and all this other mess. They gonna be talking about Mueller? You people down here wanna be talking about Mueller? The only thing they want to talk about Mueller is, Mueller. I'm like, oh no, I'm not talking about that. So it seems like a self-defeating, it seems like a polar opposite, a reactive opposite. Like, so what do you call it? It's a, what is that word called? You know that word. What do you call it? Opposing thing. Opposing opposites.
And then lied to Mueller. And the deal was toast.
No.
Do you think that timing was...
Bo has locks, but
Absolutely.
I don't really think. I think what do you call it?
And just to go back, I mean, I do think that Trump's lawyers, Ty Cobb,
I was saying that what do you call it?
to have this
That
conciliatory tone. He did allow his White House lawyer Don McGahn to just speak.
I think what do you call it? Miller's thing is really.
McGahn
I don't know what to talk about now.
But